My name is Scott Hansen, and I'm a Jason pilot. I do hydraulic engineering and mechanical engineering for Jason, and the piloting of the vehicle.
My name is Corey Verheyen. I am an Alvin technician, and I'm currently on loan to the Jason Group for the summer and training to be an Jason pilot. Jason it's actually Jason 2. It's a remotely operated vehicle that is designed for very deep water work. It's a science class ROV. There's numerous different types of ROVs. There's small ones that have little cameras on them that don't go very deep, and then there's ours that we can go down to 5,000 meters. There's other vehicles that are work class vehicles that, and trenchers and things like that, which are all industrial. But yeah, it's basically a remotely operated vehicle that can take a science payload to the bottom and do work for science. So a typical day with Jason doesn't really exist. Jason has, it can basically go in or come out at any time of the day.
I drive a video game. That's the coolest part of my job. The coolest thing that I've ever seen, there's a lot of different things. Watching a volcano actually erupt and form rocks. That was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Discovering new species. Almost every cruise we discover something new, and that's, I think, the coolest part about the job.
Pretty much everything that I do out here is the coolest part of my job. I mean, I get to work with a large robot that goes to the bottom of the ocean. When I'm with Alvin, I mean, every once in a while I get to go inside and go to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, there's not many people who are able to say that they've been able to do that, and I've actually been able to drive, at 2,500 meters and see creatures that no one has ever seen, possibly no one will ever see again. I think mostly when I was in college, I was trying to decide what I wanted to do. I was mostly doing computer science stuff, and I met a guy named Tom Concy, who was from MIT Sea Grant, and he introduced me to the MATE ROV program. And through that program, I was able to work with the Water Institute in Milwaukee, and that I actually ended up working for them and also helping to build a scientific buoy array. And from there, I was graduating, and I thought, I want to work with ROVs. And I saw an ad for Alvin. I said, well, that's a little bit more exciting. I'll try that out. And I've been working with them ever since.
I think it was more of I wanted to go to sea for a living at a very young age. So I found a school that would kind of educate me as to do that. It's Maine Maritime Academy. And as far as becoming a Jason pilot, that's something that you're not really hired to become a pilot. You're hired for other skills. And then if you show aptitude in the pilot seat, then they start training you as a pilot. Probably the challenge is when you go into sleep deprivation mode and you still have to focus, and you have a lot of people counting on you to make things happen, and it doesn't take very much for something to go wrong.
As Lane Abrams told me during my interview, you can't get more than 277 feet away from any one person. Because currently we only have one Earth to live on. I mean, the science that gets done out here, it's relatively bleeding edge, and they're learning things about the Earth that will affect pretty much everyone in the future.
I think learning about our home world should be step one. If you take the recent disasters that have happened all over the planet for the past year, including man-made disasters, that would be step one on how to avoid those. We spend a lot of money to explore other planets, but we still don't know about our own.